Oh, hello. I've got all sorts of things showing up here. Let me just take this down. Hello. We're going to let some people come in the room. Let this get out. Hello, everybody. Oh, gosh, I've missed y'all. I hope everybody's having a good Valentine's Day. You're hanging out with me, so I don't know what that means. Hey, sweetie, how are you? Hello, I'm back. I'm home from my trip. Hey, Dee Dee. Well, retrograde hasn't even started. A little too sweet. How are you, honey? I've got some sandalwood. I'm about to put some sandalwood on. I've missed you guys too. I really appreciate you guys understanding while I was gone on my work trip to Seattle, Portland and Seattle. It was a very interesting trip. Met a lot of fantastic people, and it was just go, go, go. So, these things happen, but I needed to go out there, and it was good. It was good. Yeah, it was good. It's fine. Hey, Enduring Hope. Hey. Yeah, it hasn't even started yet, guys. Like, it doesn't officially start till the 17th. But we're gonna, I guess some people say this is like the shadow part, right? Hey, Angel Love, happy Love Day. Some people say it's the shadow time, right, for Mercury retrograde. So I suppose it could be that that's causing some of these issues. My kitties I'm not going to like shoo them away. They're very happy that mommy's back home. Let me move this darn stuff out of the way. Anyway, I hope you guys noticed from the thumbnail. I specifically put that thumbnail out. It has nothing to do with Mercury retrograde. But I put the thumbnail out for a reason, because this is kind of like the rebranding for the channel. This channel is a channel for lightworkers specifically. I mean, lightworkers, indigos, spiritual, star seeds, that kind of thing, like the spiritually awakened. And, we're going to take on all aspects of that. Part of that is tarot. Part of that is astrology. Part of that is mediumship. Part of that is chakra alignment, energy healing. It all fits together. It's all part of our growth as light workers, as indigos, as star seeds, and there's a number of other names for a number of other light beings. But the point is, this is all about the light beings, right? And so I'm going to be doing a little bit of everything. So we're going to get into the Mercury retrograde a little bit tonight. And I might pull some cards. We might get some messages. But I just really want everyone to understand that we're coming into this as light workers, from a very positive point of view, from a very positive standpoint. Spirit guys gave you a gift. Oh, that's awesome. A tennis bracelet. Oh, that's lovely. That's lovely. I'm so happy for you, honey. I'm so happy. Let me let some people know that hi, Pumpkin. Ouch, Pumpkin. Ouch, Pumpkin. Ouch. Hang on. Ouch, Pumpkin. Okay. You saged it before you put it on. I hear ya. So what's everybody, like, you're with me. So how are you guys doing? Like, talk to me. Talk to me. Come and talk to me. I really wanna meet you. Can I talk to you? Ouch. So let's talk about this. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to let people know that I'm live. What are you guys doing? How are you guys feeling? This is the shadow period. Dee Dee, you said that Mercury retrograde's been tough already. How has this been tough for you guys? Let's talk about that. Again, guys, this is really this is the channel for Lightworkers. And I need to make a bit of a statement, I think. I need to make a bit of a statement. But we'll make that statement as we go on. You're getting ready to meditate. It's been a rough week. Yeah, it's been a bit of a tough week for me too. It's been a tough week for a lot of reasons. Right, Pumpkin? Okay. But I'm going to need you to chill because Mom's got to do some stuff. So let's just talk about it. I was trying to see if, what we're going to get here. I don't want that one. I want this one. Let's get into the transits. Okay, a little bit. This is the chart for the 17th at about this time at night, right? So Mercury officially goes, the Mercury officially goes retrograde on the 17th. Looks like at 12:54 a.m. my time, Central Time. I think. Is this UTC or my time? Hopefully it's my time. But anyway, overnight on the 17th, while we're sleeping, hey, Secret. Overnight on the 17th, Mercury's going to go retrograde. And we're already seeing, baby, I'm going to need you to go over here, okay? Go sit with your sister. We're already seeing some of these effects, and there's some things that I really, really, really want to call out here that are very necessary to call out. And I've been calling some of this out, guys, now for a while. Okay, so this, most of you, this isn't going to be anything new. This, where are we? Down here in Pisces, this little transit here with Mercury coming up fast by Neptune, by the 17th, it's going to be an orb. Neptune is a bigger energy. Neptune, a bigger energy, meaning it's an outer planet. It moves slower, and the outer planets that move slower tend to have, astrologically will say that they kind of possess a little bit stronger energy. Now, the inner planets, Mercury, Venus, Mars, move quicker. The moon, even though it's a luminary, not a planet, their transits are shorter. So they're personal planets, right? There's a short-term thing. So if you're like in your feels, like I know mid-month, like when the moon transits my sun in Cancer, and I've got a bunch of planets in Cancer. I have my Mercury, my sun, my Mars, my Venus is Leo. I've got one other thing I think in planet. Anyway, I got a lot going on. So, and as it's my Venus is at 0 degrees Leo, all in my 7th house. So when that transit's happening, I get super in my feels. I get like really wanting to figure out what's going on in my love life. Like, why is my Leo not talking to me? And then typically I'm in Secret's room, and then she reads my mail every rep. But anyway, that's fine. That's what she's supposed to do. She's supposed to read my mail. And everybody else's. Hello, Willie. Hey, Travis. How are you? So anyway, the moon is a quick transit, right? Usually it spends about 2.5 days in each sign. So if you find that you're in your fields, we'll be starting to talk a little bit more about that so you can manage your emotions a little bit better. and understand them a little bit better as, you know, it transits. And at some point, if you guys want to go to my website, let's get a natal chart. We'll do a natal chart reading, and, you know, hey, let's really find out what's going on with you. Or you can do a lunar reading with me at any point. But I am, because I'm really into kind of the quote unquote mundane astrology, which is like the global astrology, I tend to like look at the outer planets and then the interaction between the energies of the personal planets and the big global ones. So Neptune takes a long time to get around the sun. So it's like an outer planet. Uranus takes like 84 years to get around the sun. Pluto takes a long time to get around the sun. Jupiter takes about 12 to 13 years and that kind of thing. So it is kind of what it is. Saturn takes a little bit longer, but those are long-lasting planets. But that Mercury sitting down here in Pisces, it's within 8 degrees. It will be within 8 degrees by the time Mercury retrograde happens. So it's going to get close, then it's going to go back into Aquarius, then it's going to swing back here. This approach of Mercury into the orb of Neptune is causing a lot of issues with communication, personal communication. It's causing people to, their thought processes might be a little off kilter. You might even be having trouble when you're meditating, really kind of like really figuring out what you're hearing from source, what you're hearing from God. And I can say that even personally, like I just spent a week out in Seattle. And, you know, this was a great time for me to figure out, do I want this position? Do I want to move out there? And I can't honestly tell you right now that I have any more clarity on that than I did when I left. And it's crazy because that's not usually me. Like I can usually see a clear path, but I know what my overall dream is, right? And my overall dream is for this to be what I do, right? This is what I do anyway, but full time. So I have a plan with everything. I have a long-term plan. We did that work when Saturn and Pluto and Jupiter were all over there in Capricorn. And so we did that work then. But so I have a long-term plan, but I'm like, what do we do now? Like, hello. So I'm just still not sure. And Mercury is so fast and it's a fast moving energy that people will kind of say some things that you're like, I didn't know you was really feeling that way. Like, it's crazy. Also, by the time this happens now, right now, Mars over here is hanging out in Sagittarius. It's at about 29 degrees now, Sag, which means it's at the beginning of any sign and at the end of any sign is the most potent energy ever. Okay, so people are being very aggressive with these grandiose feelings because Mars even at the time of retrograde is going to be squaring all of this. When it squares, people feel either a big, strong aggression to speak out what they're feeling, or people feel a real strong aggression to make decisions and or whatever. Like they're aggressively either going for their delusional thoughts or they're going for their dreams, right? Like it's like this weirdness happening. But they're not really cool in how they're communicating it. So Mercury retrograde already, for those of you that don't know, they, typically we say, blame it on the retrograde, electronic issues, communication issues, travel issues. I'm glad I'm back home before all this started happening. And you can be like rethinking and rehashing a lot of the ideas, thoughts, and all of that you've had before. And this is happening in the 12th house. That's the house of karma. That's the house of what the heck have I done with my life and where the heck am I going? And this is a very dangerous house to sow bad seed in, because then you reap back what you sow. So this is a very dangerous place to be to have these, to be clouded in your judgment. I'll put it that way. So it's more important now for the next month, because let's be real about this. Mercury retrograde starts on the 17th. It does not end till the 10th. Mercury will be back all the way back here in Aquarius. And Mars will be coming in through Capricorn, which means semi-squaring, semi-sextiling. It's going to move from semi-sextiling, so being kind of in agreement with these kind of grandiose thoughts, to semi-squaring, where it's going to be like, maybe we're wrong. And all this time we've got Aquarius. We still are in the Aquarius season, which means, we could have these feelings like globally, or make these statements that globally everybody should feel a certain type of way, and globally everybody should subscribe to my point of view, and globally this is the best for everything. And we're seeing a lot of this weirdness happen all around the world, where people are not really saying what they mean, and when they do say what they truly mean, we're just like, what the hell just happened? Especially because right now, if I were to pull up today's transits, the moon is in Scorpio. It's been in Scorpio for a hot second. Or just entered, because by the 17th, it'll be fully in Sagittarius. That also means people's hidden feelings are coming to the surface. Now I'm going to pause there, because I just gave y'all a whole lot. Hey, D. So you're born September 22nd, but your sun sign is Libra by 31 minutes. So you are more, yes. So Travis, you are a real, you're a Libra. You were your first decan Libra. The decans, right? Decans. The decans, every 10 degrees, or roughly every 10 days, is a decan. So first decan is 0 to 10 degrees, 0 to 9 degrees, really, right? And so we call those Libras, like you're real strong in the Libra. Right? So yes, you are highly Libra. Highly. Hey, Glam Beauty. Thanks, Willie. I'm so glad. I'm glad to be back. Audrey's here. Oh, Audra. Hi, Audra. Yes, Glam Beauty. Okay. So your moon is in Sag. So coming up to, Audra, coming up to this Mercury retrograde. So the moon's going to be in Sag here in probably tomorrow? No, not till, if this is going to be there on the 17th, then it'll be entering on about the evening, the night of the 16th. So you're going to be a little bit in your feels. So for you, Audra, I would really pay, where's your sun sign, Audra? Hey, AA. So, AA, Super Libra, that's right. AA, what's your birthday? You're 0 degrees Libra, so you're a very strong Libra, Travis. Very strong Libra. Very strong. What's your birthday? You're a Taurus. Wait. Audra, I thought you said you're a Taurus. Oh, you're a Taurus with a Sag moon. I don't do the Venus. What's your rising? I typically don't do Venus signs. Yeah, Willie, can you, Metro, can you help AA figure out her sign? At least her sun sign? AA, just give us the month and day of your birthday. Travis, that's not a bad thing. I happen to like Libras, even though my first ex-husband was a Libra. But he was kind of trash. But he was, kind of trash. Metro, be nice. Okay, so you're a Taurus sun with a moon in Sag. Your sun's going to be here May 9th. It's about midway. So Mercury, when it goes into retrograde, is going to be it's going to be moving away from your sun. So communication's probably going to be a little really kind of iffy, tough. I would really listen to what people are saying. It's actually going to be a good time for you to really rethink some of your plans, because for you, Audra, we've got this kind of stellium that's starting to form with Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn, even though Saturn's moving away from Pluto. We've got a stellium that's kind of forming here, and that's about achievement, long-term goal, and personal transformation. So I would really kind of be making sure all my plans are solid for the long-term goals that you have. This is going to give you a chance to rethink it. And by Mercury going back into Aquarius, it's going to give you the opportunity, and this is kind of for everybody in general, really. It's going to give you, all of us, an opportunity to relook at our plans, relook at how we plan on executing them, not to change them, but to solidify them, and give us an opportunity to look at how it's going to affect our global mission, right? Aquarius is about higher thinking, what's good for the collective, higher philosophies, that kind of thing. That's the God thought, right? And it's about how are we going to revolutionize ourselves to impact the collective. Okay? That's, as light workers, you guys, as you guys coming here, if you're here in this channel, thank you so very much. Really appreciate it. But we're all here for a purpose, right? And so as we discover that purpose, that's why I'm here to help you, like, grow in that purpose. So this is a great time to look over those long-term goals during Mercury retrograde, because it's going to pass and it's actually going to come back closer to the sun again. Mercury is the closest planet to the sun. So some people say that it's the one that hears from the sun, source, the source energy of life, the most. It spins around it, and comes out and says, this is what we're supposed to do, right? So it's going back to get some more messages. That's kind of the way I look at this. It's going backwards to be like, we're going to double check this, okay? I will say also that things that people have been saying right now, I guarantee you, there's going to come a time where they're going to begin to regret it. So be very careful what you're saying. Be very careful what you're putting out in the universe. Hey, Sassy. Hey, Takesha. Does somebody have her sign? Yeah, she's a Taurus. She's a strong Taurus. She's a first decan Taurus, so she's a strong Taurus. AA, for you personally, I would be looking at this lovely little Uranus transit here to your natal sun as the most the one that the transit that's probably most affecting you, because Taurus, Uranus is a volatile, revolutionary, let's restart everything kind of, right? It's going to disrupt the daily, like whatever you typically have done and the belief systems you've held to and all of this. It's disrupting the pattern. So for you, AA, this it's probably been it's been a time of upheaval for you, is my guess. If I were to... Thank you, Travis. No, she's not. You're not an Aries. Can somebody please look up April 20? I don't believe you're you're a Taurus, sweetie. Yeah, okay, good. So AA, yes, we are going deeper than that. So if you want, so what we can do, or you can get the chart from anywhere just to know your signs. If you know of course you know your date of birth, the place of birth, and if you know the time of birth, you can get your rising. I can get your moon sign regardless. But your rising sign is really, and then where each planet, the personal planets are placed in your chart, is much more accurate if we have the time of birth. And you can go to like a cafe astrology, whatever, plug it in, and you can see the chart. If you want me to interpret it, you can reach out to me on heartofinspiration.net. Vedic Aries and Western Taurus. Exactly. Right. Very good, Glam. Very good. So let's get back to Mercury retrograde. Again, communication is going to be funky, and more funky. It is going to be critical, light workers, light warriors, star seeds, indigo children, Palladians, all of us, right? All of us light beings. It's going to be more critical than ever for us to really spend our time in daily meditation. I cannot stress that enough. You absolutely have to be spending time in daily meditation. You should be doing it anyway, but especially during Mercury retrograde, because what's going to happen is in the physical realm, things are going to present themselves in a different way, in a very surprising way, especially with this Sagittarian moon happening here too. People are really going to be feeling themselves. So just get ready. That Sagittarian moon says, I'm really feeling it. I'm feeling myself. Okay? I'm feeling it, right? We'll be coming up to a new moon. People are going to be like, emotionally, they're going to be like, oh, I can just do anything and not have consequences. Or, oh, it's okay to go. I mean, it's fine to go have fun. But you know what I'm saying? Like, people are not going to really be thinking about the consequences of their actions. And they're going to be like, bleh, you know what I'm saying? We have to be centered, and we have to really make sure that we are being grounded more so than ever, because Mercury going backwards into Aquarius gives us in retrograde, as we're rethinking and reviewing, it's moving away from this kind of almost, think of it this way, like with Mercury next getting closer to Neptune right now, think of it this way, it's like globally or cosmically, everybody's been smoking really good weed. Okay, and they're a little high, they're a little delusional, and so you can like be thinking like this is a great thing, but it's really the delusional part of yourself. And I hate to use the word delusional, because Pisces is such a beautiful sign, and Neptune is such a beautiful energy in its home space, because it really allows us the ability to communicate with Source and get to the deep things of ourselves. The deep beliefs, the deep transitions that gets us in touch with our spiritual gifts. It's such a unique portal that's open right now. And it's not going to be open forever. You know, Neptune will leave its home planet, home sign. And when it does, you know, we're having this wonderful ability to kind of go to our Akashic records and go back and reset and reformulate and handle the karma, right? And deal with it, baby. Okay. Right? To do all of that. We're having that opportunity, and we're having that opportunity to tap into our spiritual gifts. We're having the opportunity to really open ourselves up to who we truly are as our higher selves and our light being, right? Who are we really? God bless you. Look over here. Thank you. Pumpkin. All right. So that's a beautiful portal to be in. But the problem when we get Mercury coming up so fast, and you have to remember, Mercury has transited Mars, Jupiter, Pluto, Saturn, the Sun. It's like, it's been picking up steam, baby. And it's like, do it. Go for it. We could do this. We can, and it's kind of got this bravado about it without really taking the time to think about it. So we're getting the opportunity to do that, but we also have to be careful we're not moving into spiritual ego and thinking we're just so much better than everybody else. We got to stay grounded. We have to stay connected. You have to stay connected. It's so much more important, because if we make some missteps now, it could have long-term impact on us later. You could be setting some things in motion right now that are going to last for a couple of decades. So you gotta be careful. It is really important. And I'm not trying to scare you, but I'm trying to say I'm telling you, we're being given an opportunity to clean up our ish. We're being given an opportunity to be like, okay, yes, I've been given these gifts. Yes, I understand that I'm awakening. Yes, I understand that there's more to me than what meets the eye, that I'm here for a purpose, and that I'm here for a purpose. Hopefully you're recognizing, if you're on this channel, you're here for a purpose to help raise the vibrational set point of the earth and not reduce it and not be part of the problem. Ooh, that line from Az, y'all. I mean, some of y'all gonna know. Stevie Wonder's Az, right? Make sure but when you say you're in it but not of it, make sure you're not helping to make this life a place called hell. And I think some of us, because we're thinking higher, because we've been given some gifts, because we are able to operate in these gifts in the natural, we've been gifted it, right? That it's natural for human beings to begin to think a little bit more highly of themselves than they truly are. A little bit of spiritual ego. Be very careful, because what's been given can be taken away. Be very careful that you're not destroying, but you're building. That's the purpose of a light worker. And every once in a while, we're human. People do get into their little egos, but be very careful. This is a time for you to go back and say, man, do I need to check myself before I wreck myself? I'm going to get off my soapbox in just a minute. Hey, S. Marie. Okay. Can somebody put my email in the chat? And AA, if you could email that information to me, then I can respond to you, okay? Let me go back here. Well, we can really have this. We can have a discussion about how to read the charts. Okay, here we go. Wants to buy houses and plan to get a better. Yep. Capricorn rising. I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure this out. Yes, the location where you were born matters, because we need to understand what sign was coming up over the horizon by your location. That's your rising sign. Let's see. Lately, you've been all in your feelings and more than normal. And you're a Libra. In your feels more than normal. How long have you been in your feels more than normal? A little too sweet. If your physical can't comprehend, I bet your spirit does. Yes. So, we just got to be careful, y'all. The other thing that's been happening now, Venus, if you guys have been following my community posts, we had this Venus, Chiron, and Lilith transit. Now, Venus is moving away through Aries, but it's still a lot about this personal. We still have Lilith and Aries hanging out together. So we got your shady side and your hurt side hanging out together. I mean, this is tantamount to two of your exes hanging out together and talking about you. That's what this to me feels like. Because, you got the one ex that sometimes can make you feel bad about yourself. And then you got the other ex that really made you come out your body. My brothers and sisters understand what I'm talking about when somebody gets you out your body and you be like ready to. But anyway, so, you got that sassy, like that person, back in the day in the church, we used to say, you gonna make me put my religion up on a shelf. So, the sassy one you put up on the shelf, right? That one you put over there that people don't really want to see, but they'll bring it out and then they look at you like, well, what you do that for? Well, you brought it out of me. See, that's Lilith. Lilith is like, listen, I've been here for you. I've been here. I've been done this, right? Lilith is pre-Eve. I've been here, but I wasn't willing to follow your mandates and your mantras and fall in line. So I'm out. Eve, you could be boo-boo the fool and hang around if you want to. Now, I'm paraphrasing. I'm not calling Eve a fool before all my good Christian people get upset with me. I'm just saying that's kind of that Lilith. Lilith is like the independent woman, okay? Lilith is the independent woman. Like, Chiron, though, is like where you can get injured the most. And by it being in Aries, okay? By it being in Aries, it's that very personal where somebody can, if they want to get you, boy, they can get you. So you're being tested with these opportunities to now look at where it is you've been hurt the most. And you have an opportunity to decide whether or not you're going to come out swinging or you're going to be classy. Keep it classy. Okay, you're going to have the opportunity. And if you keep it classy, you'll have an opportunity then to begin to heal that wound to the point where it doesn't affect you as deeply, where when someone does this to you again, then it's like you can look at them and be like, I pity you, but I'm good. Like, you don't get to hurt me in these areas. And Venus kind of coming past these two and now moving up towards Uranus is now saying, I'm going to give you a little self-love and self-esteem because I'm about to go over here to Uranus and Taurus and we are really about to start, stop it. We're really about to start to look at what it is you love, why it is you love it. Are you being true to yourself? What patterns do we now need to disrupt? This revolution, y'all, is going to be televised in your own life and globally, but we'll see that again. So let me get back down here to this Mercury. I'm going in depth. If I need to slow down a little bit, y'all tell me. If I need to open up the phone lines, I could do that too. Libra Sun and Aries Moon. Ooh, child, do you know what degree your Aries moon is? I could tell you because let me tell you, I'm an Aries moon here, boo. And it's been real. My moon is in Aries at 3 degrees. Let me tell you, it's hard for a sister these days because I'm continually challenged with these are areas that have deeply hurt me before. Even in my, I'm transparent with y'all. Even in my work life, I think, oh, I was just talking with somebody about this just a few minutes ago. The reason why I'm not sure whether or not I want to take the role out in Seattle is because whenever I have stepped out and done something big and taken the, I'm so sorry, guys. My Chiron the transiting Chiron is literally sitting on top of my Chiron right now, my natal Chiron. But the reason why I'm having such a hard time deciding this is because whenever I've stepped out and taken that step and taken that promotion and put myself out there, it hasn't worked out. I've been torn down every time. That's why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling right now. And the person that knows, I was just talking with them about it. That's why. Wow. Thank you. Anyway, see, I go through the same thing, y'all. I'm out here with you guys. I go through the same thing. I'm not perfect. Right? I have to meditate. I have to stay grounded. I have to look at these transits and then look at my own personal transit, my own personal chart and see how it's transiting for me. and understand it, right? Now, Dee, if you're an Aries moon, Venus is coming up on your moon. My moon is right about here too. So I'm out in my feels about that too. You know, Venus will put you in your feels. Venus will put you in your feels. So that's why you feel it, right? It makes sense. It's transiting your natal moon. Hey, Amy. See, this is how this is why we do this, guys. We can apply this and maybe, I don't know what to do for you all. Like, I would love to be doing transits, but it could get so, I don't know how we're going to do this, but we need to talk about this just as much as we talk about daily tarot, which we'll get back to tomorrow morning. But we need to be talking about this, right? So maybe we'll do a transit chart in the mornings too. But these are the reasons why we're feeling this, why it's so important to know your charts and then we, you know, I could teach you how to read them and we can go through that. But this Mercury transit, now, those of you guys, you may not know what this is here. This little thing here, that's the pars, it's called pars of fortune. And the sun is directly conjunct it. So this is kind of the galactic powers of fortune. The galactic center is where Mars is right now, and it's in Sagittarius. So the powers of fortune is basically saying, like, this is when you have an opportunity to be the most, and we each have our own personal, but you have the opportunity to be the most fortunate, right? To be the most, have the most luck, have the most, all of this. Like, it's a good, abundant time, right? A good growth time. And the sun is right there. So if you've also been right, the sun will be there, I should say, on the 17th. Amidst all of this, that's why I'm saying, that's why I'm telling you, this Mercury retrograde, go with that flow, review where you have believed that you will be the most powerful, the most abundant in all areas of your life. Review it, check that list, check that plan. This is giving us a do-over opportunity. It's moving us away from the haziness, cloudiness, kind of, you know, I'm a little high on life. I'm a little high energy of Neptune, right? And it's taking us away from that and bring us to a more practical, fixed air energy of Aquarius. The reason for that is so that we can be sure we've heard what we're supposed to hear, so that we can recheck it. And you might be in a position where you might need to recheck and reevaluate some of your hardcore beliefs. I call them sacred cows. You might need to go and recheck and make sure that sacred cow is a cow you're supposed to be keep it sacred. Oh, Dee Dee. Honey, yeah, we all going through this thing together. But this is a very close, I cannot stress it enough. Watch what you're hearing, watch what you're saying. If somebody says something to you like really kind of out the way during retrograde, I'm just going to call it that for the entire retrograde, because we're going to be experiencing a new moon during retrograde. Another time to reset our energies and our plans and our intentions. We're going to be experiencing a lot during retrograde. So this is the time to meditate. This is the time to hear. This is the time to be clear. This is the time to ask people, hey, I heard you say this. Is this what you meant? I think this is what you expect of me to do. Is that what you want? Is that what you're saying? I'm not saying give in and be a doormat, Because just because you're a light worker and you're a spiritual person and you're awakened does not ever mean you're supposed to be a doormat. And it's not a time to not set boundaries. Definitely boundaries need to be set. And that Mars energy coming into Capricorn this month, this next couple of weeks here, or now, or on the 17th, is definitely going to help with the aggressive, nope, this is a line you cannot cross. So, we got to stay grounded. We have to, right, while listening, this is definitely a time to live multidimensionally. Most definitely a time to live multidimensionally. Okay. Your area, we're just about the same. You made brownies today? Okay. All right. Let me kind of, is everybody cool with this? Does this make sense? Did anybody have any questions about this chart? And then we're going to kind of move on to just a more general chat here. I'm not trying to keep y'all all night. I've been traveling. And I'm hungry again. And I had dinner. I don't feel like going away either. I think it's going to be cereal or peanut butter and jelly. Tapping into, y'all just want to talk? We could just talk for a few minutes. I might be able to open up these here phone lines. I have to grab my... I'm waiting to make sure. Is this going to be a chalking time? What do you mean by chalking? Challenging. It's going to be challenging in the because anytime that you're growing, anytime that you're expanding, anytime that you're moving further away from the status quo or the norm, what the social norms, anytime you're moving away and from where other people, from a low vibrational standpoint, and you're seeking to operate in your higher vibrations, it is always a challenge. It is always a challenge. The challenge becomes less and less the more you learn to operate from your higher self. It becomes less and less the more you do the work to heal yourself. It becomes, because as you heal yourself and become self-partnered, what other people do doesn't bother you as much. And the more you become healed and your chakras aligned, the less other people's crap actually affects you as deep. So it'll be challenging simply because we're being asked to rethink, relook, review where we're supposed to be as our higher beings. And that's been a bit of a struggle. Because we're spiritual beings having a human existence, having a human experience. And so a lot of the things that spiritually we understand and spiritually we acquiesce to and spiritually we get, our humanity, our human side doesn't get it. So that's what makes it challenging. And to explain it to other people, I find myself more and more just not having the words, because there are no human words for some of the things that we're doing. But we have to roll with it and not fight it. The key to rolling with the energies and getting in the flow of it is to not fight it, but to understand that it is. Just to flow and see where it takes us, right? And see what we're really, and really take a moment and breathe and see what we're supposed to see. Hey, Miss Suri. How are you, honey? So that's very great. That's a great question. I don't ever say that retrogrades are bad. Because they're only negative if you choose to live in that negativity. We can learn lessons from everything. Just like I learned a lot and wouldn't be the woman I am today had I not been married and then divorced my second husband, the narcissist. I'm grateful for it. So I always take it as something to learn. I always take it as an opportunity to learn, an opportunity to restructure if I need to, whatever that opportunity is. Hey, you and your feelings, baby. Baby. Baby, baby, baby. You know, it is always an opportunity to grow. And an opportunity to get that much closer to being your true self. I have missed you as well. I've missed all of you guys. I've missed all of you so much. I'm really glad to be back. I wasn't going to go live. And then, now here I am. Here I am. Next time I'll be greater. I'll be my own savior. You know, I will say this. I am very sad for people that are living a life where negative energy rules them before the positive, before the light, that they allow the darkness to overshadow them. So try not to fall into that either. I've heard a lot of people talking about, depression right now. And, we're at the dead of winter and this Neptune energy is pretty strong. So also try not to fall into any level of depression. Try very hard not to. Does anybody want an oracle card? I'm in the mood. I also want us, the other reason why I put that out there, that's my new banner that I put out there as the thumbnail, this being the channel for Lightworkers. I really want us to be that light tribe, that support system for one another. And I really want us to take the time to really get to know ourselves, get to know who we truly are. And guys, my goal is for everyone to learn to live a multidimensional life, to learn to live from the fifth dimension, to be guided by fifth dimensional living and higher spiritual living, and having that human existence and creating that balance, right? Let's not be scared of the planets. Let's flow with the energy. Okay. So what I'm doing today, what I've got today, let me move this. Oh, thank you, honey. Okay. All right. So, sorry, look. Suri got this for me. Is it me or is it T? And then on the other side, it says allegedly. You guys remember when I was doing those readings? All right, this is what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to go down the line here. So I've got the Starseed Oracle cards, and I've got the Star Child Tarot. So we're going to pull a Starseed Oracle first, and then let's see if we should be pulling others. I'm just going to do these kind of a little quick. So here we go. Dee Dee, what do we have for Dee Dee? So this is going to be for you for light work, right? This is like higher living, okay? Higher living. Happy Valentine's Day for now. Higher living. What do we have for Amy? Ooh, this is cool. This is Star Brothers. Star Brothers. And I'm going to read this one. This is so cool. Star Brothers. Horus energy, protection, loyalty, safety, and trust for Dee Dee. Oh, I think this is good for you, sweetie. You're more protected, Dee Dee, than you can imagine. It's safe to open up the back of your heart. You're being called to be open to receiving a new level of support now from those in your life and from the benevolent beings you're connected with. Through ancestral partnering, current life traumas, and past life karmic impressions, many of us have become mistrustful and suspicious of loyalty and have blocks when it comes to receiving support. We've learned that we need to go at life alone. That it's not safe to let our guard down and our heart open, that the world isn't a friendly place. The Star Brothers want you to have a new experience of life on Earth. They want you to feel deeply safe, secure and safe, even if you're going through a difficult time. They want you to hand over your fears to them, to see them as opportunities to let in more love. They're guiding you to stay open to receiving a greater level of support than you can ever imagine, both in this world and beyond. To call in your team of loyal protectors and supporters, both physically and energetically. They want you to learn to soften through life's ups and downs and learn to open your heart, especially when it most wants to harden. Listen, Dee, more so than ever, it's time for you to call in your angels. It's time for you to call in your guides. It's time for you take some time to meditate for a longer period of time than you have before. Add another 10 or 15 minutes onto it if you can, and really really allow your higher self to ascend and see and hear and feel and experience the love and guidance that Source has. Right? It's time for you to be enveloped in that beautiful column of white light that we talk about when we go into our meditative state, because you're so much more supported. It's like I see this like army of angels around you, and I see these guides, like additional guides. They're your ancestors, and as well as just other spirits have been assigned to you and that want to come and help you, because they're here to buoy you up and help you get to that next level. And they are here to protect you, and they will make the way straight for you, Dee Dee. They will do it. And they've heard your cries and they've seen your tears, and it doesn't go without being noticed. And there is a genuine value and price. It's priceless, right? The tears. And what you've sown in tears, you will reap in joy. So stay strong. This is a time for you to open yourself up spiritually in a much greater way than you ever have before, and begin to walk in that power. Okay? All right, Dee Dee. Okay. So I'm just going down the line, guys. Okay, Secret. Let me get one for Secret. Oh, I love when I see cardinals, because I know that's like my loved ones. Dee Dee, did you hear that, baby? Oh, I'm so glad that we got a message for you. And you know what? Ask your angels, be like, hey, I need some help here. You know, some of it is for us to learn, but also figure out what that lesson is. And this is an opportunity for you to heal. So do that chakra work too, honey. Do that chakra work. We have for secret. Secret, you have the cosmic heart. Oh, that's so beautiful. The cosmic heart. Devotion, potency. Make your life a moving prayer. Let's see what that's about. The cosmic heart. I think I'm going to pull a couple more for you too. I just feel like I should. You know, some of these go in alphabetical order and some of them don't. It's weird. Okay, secret. When you surrender to a state of devotion, you find yourself flowing with all of life. You're being called to refocus your attention deep within to the intelligence of your own heart, to bow with deep reverence to your inner temple, to live your life in devotion to this place, to make your life one big moving prayer. Perhaps you felt a bit off kilter lately, sensing that the potency of why you're doing things has gotten a little watered down or weak. Perhaps you've forgotten what made you start doing them in the first place. If so, this is your call to take a moment and reconnect with the truth at the very center of your heart, to get back to the essence of what you're about, to devote your life to what you care most about, to turn your gaze deep, 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 deep. There are reasons for harvesting. There are seasons, for harvesting and seasons for sowing. Right now, you're being called to plant your soul seeds and sing to them with deep devotion, to feed them with the sweet waters of your own soul, to lose yourself in the potency of what it is that most expands your heart, to live your life according to what makes you come alive rather than what everyone else thinks, to make your life one big moving prayer. You already touched so many lives, and this is just the beginning. Secret. The purity of what you do and how you do it doesn't go unnoticed. It doesn't go unseen. It doesn't go invalidated or unheralded. Go back to the why. Go back to the place of joy. Go back to what it is you truly want to do. Don't be afraid to step out in it. And don't be afraid to allow your light to shine in more ways than what you're doing now. Allow yourself the ability to expand. Because in that expansion, not only comes your own personal growth, but then your song truly is sung because it's so authentic and because it's so real and because it is your purpose. It's time for you to sing the song of your purpose. That's that beautiful song, that it's time to sing the song of your beautiful purpose. So don't be afraid to expand. Don't be afraid to move and grow. And as you grow, others will grow, touching so many. Okay. So it's time for you to return to that. And you already know what you want to do. You already know it. and it's okay to branch. That's what I'm hearing for you. And this cosmic heart, to me also, is like, you know, sometimes we talk about having the heart of God, right? It's having that heart and that heartbeat being in sync with source, with spirit, right? That from the heart comes the issues of life. So it's beating with that heart in perfect unison with sources. That's what I have for you. Okay, let me go back. Okay. Amy, did you want a card? I didn't see if you wanted one. Let me know. And I'll do a little too sweet next. And Amy, if you want one, please tell me. Love you, girl. Okay. A little too sweet. So this is for a little too sweet. Oh, a little too sweet. Okay, honey, here we are. Loosen your grip. Loosen your grip. Coping mechanisms, density, addiction, let God in. A little too sweet. You're welcome, honey. Okay, Amy, I'll do you right next. A little too sweet. Do you have someone in your world that is I feel like they're potentially creating some sort of issue that they're it's like they're blocking you from like achieving either something spiritually or something in the natural. And I don't know if there's someone around you that has an addiction issue, or that and they could be addicted to anything. It doesn't have to be a substance. But I'm just feeling like there could potentially be a block somewhere, and that you feel like required to help them. Required to help them, assist them. Like you feel like it's your responsibility. A little too sweet? Where you at, baby? A little too sweet. Here, I'm going to read this and yes. Okay, honey, let me read this for you. We're cyclic beings. And Mother Earth teaches us how to be human every day with the coming and going of the tides and the seasons. If you're clinging to anything, you're resisting the natural flow of who you are. The things we cling to are so often those we most need to let go of. The food, the substances, the relationship, the job, the people pleasing. The things we cling to often cover up our most vulnerable space, the part we're most afraid to leave empty, the part we guard and don't let grace into. But by keeping that space covered with something that doesn't serve us or clinging to it for fear of it not staying of its own accord, we prevent ourselves from receiving the things that will. A Course of Miracles tells us, whatever we leave empty, grace will fill. And the Buddha said, you can only lose what you cling to. Indeed, both are true. You're being called to find the courage to loosen your grip and give up control, to release your coping mechanisms and leave space for grace and God to enter, to surrender all that feels dense to the divine. This is the thing that I'm hearing for you right now, is that it is not your responsibility to assist, to aid, to help. that this person or persons has to grow on their own, and that it's time for you to stop allowing them to make you feel guilty. It's also time for you to stand in your own power. That sacral and solar plexus chakra really needs some attention. Really needs some attention, sweetie. Because you're not operating in your power. And when we don't operate in our power because we've got unhealed wounds, then what happens is that other people can like exercise power over us and we don't feel like we can get out of a situation. Being self-partnered means I now understand that I don't need you to complete me. I don't need you to validate me. I don't need you, right, to do any of these things because I've found validation, completeness, and love and healing on my own. When we have unhealed wounds, we attract in those that are going to actually harm us more because we're just trying to fill it with everything but love. Okay? So I would say for you, loosening your grip is going to be that much more of understanding. Gosh, I wish I could just talk to you. I should have opened up the phone lines. Understanding, sweetie, that you're going to be fine. God's got you. Source has you. Not only does Source have you, you have yourself. You have yourself. You have everything you need within you to win, to thrive, and not just survive. Okay? I want you to keep coming back and keep getting fed. Because tomorrow, typically Friday nights, guys, is Empath Protection Program. So we'll do that tomorrow. Okay? Probably during the day. We'll do it tomorrow. But I hope that helps, honey. Sometimes we got to loosen our grip. Empaths, right, guys? I say this all the time. The dirty little secret about empaths is it's more comfortable for us to feel like we're fixing other people rather than ourselves. And I get it. It's time for you to fix yourself and not, because we can't control that situation because it's actually out of our control. It's the other person. Okay, honey? Okay. Gem. Oh. Guys, my shoulder really hurts too. Oh. I don't know what happened. Anyway. Okay, let me scroll back up. Because I haven't been keeping. Amy wanted a card. So I've got Amy. And then S. Marie. Amy, S. Marie. Glam. You and your feelings. Gemini, stop. Honey, my shoulder really hurts. Okay, let me pull a card for Amy. Kessa, hello. And a little too sweet, I want you to go in my guided meditations. My guided meditations playlist. There's a sacral and a solar plexus chakra meditation in there. Maybe more than one. And then look through the Empath Protection Program I just did over the last 2 weeks. How to heal your sacral chakra and how to heal your solar plexus chakra. Okay? Okay, this is for Amy. What do we have for Amy? I know Gemini, they missed me. I thought they were going to be mad at me and not speak to me when I came here, but they're like, "Hey, Mom." I might even leave my bedroom door open and let them come in and out tonight. Maybe. Okay, what do we have for Amy? Hello, darling Keza. Okay, Amy, I have, whoops, trust the timing. Gemini, I told you I don't want you walking. Come here. Pumpkin, can't walk across mommy's table. Okay? All right. Trust the timing. They did not hold a grudge. I know cats can do that, right? All right, Amy, trust the timing. Here we go. Trust the wave you came in on. I love that. Time is not running out, Amy. Time is not running out. Trust the timing. So often, Amy, those who feel like they are here for a reason sense that time is running out, and they spend their life worrying they might miss their moment. But the only way to miss your life or your moment is to spend your time worrying about missing it. It's never too late to answer a calling, and you're never too old. The tides of your life are magnificently orchestrated to come in and out in perfect unison. Don't race ahead and ride a wave that was never meant for you. You'll waste your precious time and energy when instead you could be enjoying your life. Everything has a season, and you're being called to trust the one you're in. Don't let impatience, comparison, competition, or paranoia disturb the seeds. It seems that everyone has anxiety these days, constantly scanning for something they might have missed or a possible threat. Keeping our mind and body pointed in the same direction as our soul is nearly impossible at such reactive speeds. Right now, you're being reminded to take a breath and trust the wave you came in on. Trust the season you're in. Time isn't running out. There is plenty of time. Okay, sweetheart. Thank you, Secret. Have a good night. There's no rush, and it's never too late. All right, Amy? So it's never too late. Like, the fact that you're starting on this journey means you're starting on this journey at the precisely right time. Hey, Jeanette. Happy Valentine's Day. It's at precisely the right time. If you had started earlier, you may have missed something else. If you'd started later, it might not. Who knows? But trust it, because by moving with the flow and just keeping your intention in front of you and keeping that vibration high for that intention, you're going to reach your goal. You're going to reach your goal. You're going to be just fine. You're growing at the right pace. You're in the right time. Okay? All right. Okay. Okay, I gotta find who's next. Sir, I feel like I gotta either fly out to you or you fly out to me. Why can't I figure out who's next? Who's next, guys? Hey, that ninja, how you doing? Guys, who's next? Is it Glam is next? Who's next, guys? Help me out. Oh, excuse me. Is S. Marie next? Did I miss you, S. Marie? I think is it supposed to be S. Marie, and then Glam? Guys, help me. Okay, Takesha, I see you too, baby. Mods, I literally lost my space. Glam. Okay. All right. I'm sorry. I was like scrolling through and I couldn't. I'm like, ah. Takesha, no, honey, you came in after. Yeah, Glam, S. Marie. There was some other people, Takesha, before you earlier in the chat. Or did I? I don't think I missed you. Can somebody check? Thanks, Keza. Takesha's after, and thank you very much. All right, so Glam's next, then S. Marie, then Takesha. Okay. You are not alone. I am here with you. You are not alone, Glam. You are not alone. Isolation, physical connection, and community. Listen, oof. I know it feels like you're on an island. And that's why you've been seeing 4 to 5 cardinals every day. Those are your ancestors coming back to let you know they're hanging out, saying we're here. We're here. We hear you. We see you. We're supporting you. That's why you're seeing so many cardinals. The older the soul, the deeper the cave. Many star seeds and old souls enjoy their own company. Spending time alone can be comforting and necessary for their vitality, as it allows them to commune with their soul and fill up their energetic resources, especially if they have an underactive or open root chakra, or find it hard to be human. Is it your mother? Your mother? Yes. I do sense a male figure. I sense a grandfather. A mother, your mother, your grandfather. There's 2 other women that are older, like a few generations back. And your grandfather is here because there was definitely a need for some divine masculine. Not that he in and of himself can balance out the other women. But there was definitely a need. Okay, then after Kaza, I think Ninja, yeah. After Kaza, we're gonna close it out. Sorry, thank you. After Kaza. Yeah. So there's been this time where I think that you've wanted to isolate yourself for specific reasons, right? It is much more easy. It is easier. I know that you don't feel understood a lot, and especially going on this awakening process. But they're coming around you to kind of buoy you up, to give you some courage, to give you some guidance, to also let you know that you're continually loved, even though you may not feel that. You may not feel as much love as you deserve. So they're there to remind you that you're on the right path. And they're there to remind you that they're watching over you. And they're there to remind you that, that you can do this. They're there to remind you that it's one foot in front of the other. This is a marathon. It's not a sprint. And that while it may not seem like it makes sense why you've been through what you've been through, you will begin to understand all of that within the next couple of years. You'll begin to get it. Because the lessons that you've learned and the obstacle you've overcome and the healing that you have had and gone through is going to greatly assist you in your purpose in a very powerful way. We can add Travis. We can add Travis. I thought Travis was gone. We can add him if he would like. So it's going to assist you in every way. It might not make full sense right now, but just remember that everything you've been through helps you to draw on a power. It increases your personal power. It increases your spiritual power and your spiritual understanding. And you being brought to this community was not a happenstance. It was for a purpose and a plan. That's why you've been brought here. And we're here to help. Okay? So you don't need to feel alone. You are not alone, right? I am here with you. Having a romantic evening with me. All right, Glam. So I'm just asking your mother to visit you in some more real ways. Okay. All right, S. Marie, you're welcome, lovey. S. Marie. Okay, S. Marie, you've got the love. It's good in some ways, maybe not in others. Let's see where we're at. Hadarian energy, codependency, and boundaries. S. Marie, do you need to set some boundaries in your life, honey? The Hadarians are believed to be beacons of pure, divine, unconditional love, who see love in all people and situations. As a result, they can find it hard to have boundaried, interdependent, healthy relationships because they only see the unconditional nature of those that they meet. The lovers of the cosmos, they dive in fast. They're here to learn how to love while in a separate body. Oh, yeah. To learn to love self first and then establish healthy relationships with others. To remember that the love they seek is already within them, that they truly do have the love all on their own. The message of this card is to review the ways you may need to establish healthier boundaries. Perhaps you're in a codependent relationship in which you may be losing your sense of self. It's common for starseeds to dive deep into relationships, particularly with those who feel safe and familiar at a soul level. Perhaps you're in a relationship in which you give more than you receive, or perhaps there's a certain volatility to it, and you're always unsure where you stand. This card is a sign to do a deep relationship review and see what energetic agreements you've made. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. So that's definitely where we're at. And so it's not that you're not doing the work, because you are. You are. And I really feel like this card is just saying, hey, we're on the path. We're on the right path. Continue to do your work. Right? Because we don't want to you've been there, got that t-shirt. Sorry, guys. You've been there, got that t-shirt. Okay? So let's continue to do the work, because that way we don't ever have to repeat this lesson again. Yeah, you're doing good. You're doing good, honey. Stick with it. Awesome. Travis, I'm sort of with you. I'm kind of over Valentine's Day. I mean, it's cool and all. But the person that should have been being my Valentine tonight, sure, you see where I'm at. Sitting here alone. All right, Takesha, here we go, honey. Takesha, I am with my kitties. Takesha, you're not for everyone, girl. I know that's right. Because I had another card, but I know that's not you. Embrace your weirdness. Face your true north. Takesha, you're not for everybody. I feel like there's some people that are not getting you, Takesha. They're not getting you. And because they're not getting you, sometimes it can be rather uncomfortable. The world is filled with people who, no matter what you do, just won't like you. But it's also filled with people, those who will love you fiercely. They are your people. You're not for everyone, Takesha. And that's okay. Talk to the people who can hear you. Don't waste your precious time and gifts trying to convince others of your value. They won't ever want what you're selling. Don't try to convince them to walk alongside of you. You'll be wasting both your time and theirs, and will likely inflict unnecessary wounds that will take precious time to heal. You're not for them and they're not for you. Politely wave them on and continue on your way. Sharing your path with someone is a sacred gift. Ooh, that's good. Sharing your path with someone is a sacred gift. Don't cheapen it by rolling yours in the wrong direction. Keep facing your true north. So even if this isn't actively happening now, I'm hearing this will be actively happening in the near future. Okay, where it's like people ain't understand you, they're not getting you, right? That's Mercury Retrograde, right? Ouch. They're not getting you. They're not understanding you. And we gotta stop. Hey, Mr. Rio, we have to stop trying to fit square pegs in round holes. Okay? If they don't get you, they don't understand you, they can't see the beauty of who you are and what you have to offer, they got to keep it pushing. And so do you. So embrace it. Because you're finding yourself in wonderful spaces and places. Okay? All right, Takesha. I love it. I love the fact that you're unique. I love the fact that you're fun. I love the fact that you're vivacious. Thank you, S. Marie. What's the picture on the card? Oh, I just put it away. I'm sorry. I'm using the Starseed Oracle deck. All right, we got Miss Surrey next. All right, Takesha. I love your energy, girl. Ooh, these same cards keep wanting to pop up. Suri, the blue flame. Spontaneous awakening, activation, and integration time. Thanks, Travis. Thank you. The blue flame. I like this card. This card is of awakening and energetic upgrades. Miss Surrey. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Perhaps you're going through a period of spontaneous awakening, receiving visions and having experiences that are out of the ordinary. In the West, little is known about the process of spontaneous awakening, and it can feel very scary when we're going through it alone. Elsewhere, they can be seen as auspicious experiences, with those going through them being treated with tender care. The blue beings are thought to be activating beings with great potential for healing and upgrading your cellular structures. They appear in moments of extreme awakening, activating a physical Kundalini awakening and deep cellular DNA healing. Many people glamorize the awakening process. However, in reality, it's much messier and more difficult than most of us believe. We must first let go of what we think we know for sure and how we make sense of the world. That isn't easy. The awakening process, even when it's spontaneous, takes a considerable amount of time to integrate, and awakening without integration can leave us feeling very ungrounded. If you're in the midst of an awakening, the process never ends. Treat this time as deeply sacred and give yourself ample space to ground and integrate the extreme changes you're going through. So if you, hey Jazzy, if where you told me December you'd be pregnant very soon. Congratulations, Jazzy. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Yay. Woohoo. Oh, I'm so excited for you. Congratulations. Oh. Okay. Oh, that's wonderful. Miss Surrey, let me get back to Miss Surrey. Miss Surrey, listen, honey. I think we've been talking about Kundalini awakening a lot lately. And thank you very much, Ms. Kaza. Thank you. And so I feel like this is a leveling up time for you. And that's probably why some other things or other people, you're welcome, honey. Other things or other people haven't really manifested themselves in your life because we need time to integrate this, right? This leveling up is going to really expand your consciousness in a way that I don't believe that you may have ever thought that it could happen. Even spiritual knowledge, third dimensional knowledge being awakened and expanded for you. So take the time, like the card said, to really allow it to settle in. I would probably do like some actual meditations where you're bringing up that Kundalini energy consciously. If there's Kundalini yoga and you have time to do it near you, I would go do that as well. But really be very conscious of activating that Kundalini energy that, remember, resides at the base of your spine, and you can bring it up the base, up your spine at will. And because that activates that kind of that dormant DNA, some of that dormant DNA that we all have. And as light workers, we need to be cognizant of that. We have dormant DNA that, as we're going through our awakening process, is being activated. That dormant DNA on a physiological level does a lot of different things for us. But it definitely allows us to be allows us to handle more as far as spirituality is concerned, like spiritual energy and dual dimensional living, like understanding that your spirit lives in the fifth and higher dimensions, and while you're still having this experience. So it keeps us locked right here, and helps us to operate as true light beings here on earth. So be gentle with yourself. Lots of, if you can get like some frankincense, some good frankincense, and put it in your bath water, just really, lots of Epsom salt baths if you can. But definitely the frankincense and the bath water, I'm hearing, to just kind of seal this in. Okay. Seal it in. Okay. To your third dimensional body. So that's what I have for you. I would bring it all as far as you can bring it up, even to the throat or the base of your, right where your spine ends, up past your throat chakra. So if you can bring it all the way up here consciously, at the very least to your heart. I would bring it all the way up, though, if you can, consciously. That's a great question. You're welcome, love. I have to move this, guys. I gotta sit back. Okay, who's next? Thanks, guys. I appreciate that, guys. It's there's just been some things going on these streets here lately, these YouTube streets. And it's even been happening on the IG corners. And I really wanted to say a lot about it, but I'm not going to. Not tonight. It's troubling. I hate to see people going through this spiritual ego trip. But okay, Ninja. Let me not. Thank you, everybody, for watching here. I really, really appreciate it. When we're done here, I did talk about Mercury Retrograde a little bit earlier. We really went in depth into the charts. I'm going to break that out a little bit and break that piece out tomorrow and post it over the next day or two. Okay, Ninja, here we go. Oh, wow, Jazz. Girl, you starting all over? All right, Ninja. Empathic starseed, Ninja. Yeah, that Ninja. Girl, look, I'm not teasing y'all. Empathic starseed. Let me get this reading done. Ooh, itchy. Energetic sovereignty. Ooh, Absorbing what's not yours. Ninja, where you at? Ninja, are you letting energy come in and affect you more so than you need to be? Come on back, baby. Are you letting these peoples bother you, child? Empathic starseed. Empathic starseeds are here to shift the world through their physical presence alone. They don't need to do anything beyond being here. Oh, this is good. This is real good. Thanks to the energetic change their physical presence causes. Yeah, okay, listen to this, baby. Due to their highly sensitive nature, empathic starseeds can struggle with being on Earth and in a physical body. Many are prone to addiction and depression or tend to mistake other people's feelings and moods for their own. Natural introverts, they tend to prefer spending time alone or in small groups. Crowds can be overwhelming for them. If this card appears, consider lightening the load energetically. Don't put yourself under such pressure to go out into the world. Be gentle with yourself, Ninja. Allow extra time and care to recover energetically. If you're feeling pressured to keep up a certain pace, instead put on the brakes and treat yourself like a precious baby. Do whatever you can to take the pressures of the world off your plate. Switch off to switch back on. In today's world, it's normal to feel that we should be doing more, but perhaps being present in our life is enough. Wow. If your work involves giving to others, right now you're being called to keep something for yourself. You don't have to transmute it all. It's okay to look after your own growth and healing before feeling you should offer it to the world. Ninja, listen, that's strong. I've never heard that. I've never heard it put that way. That empathic starseeds, those with their empaths, just by our mere presence on this earth, change the vibration. And I guess that's true, right? Because we come into a room and we change the energy. We feel the energy, but we can change the energy at will. That's a very powerful being, if you think about it. So understand, all of us who are empaths, could you understand how powerful that is? That just by our mere existence, we change the vibration. So operate in that. Let's not take that for granted. Now, you don't have to give it all, because not everybody is supposed to be receiving it all, okay? Keep something to yourself. Be sure that you're being good to yourself. Only allow so far in what you should. You don't take their crap on. Don't take their crap on, because it'll bring you down. And a lot of times what happens too is, again, we talk about this all the time. We let in, especially those things where we're still injured. And so we can, we really draw it into ourselves in a really not so healthy way. All right? Don't be very careful not to do that. Don't take on other people's shit, to put it bluntly. We're the triage nurses and we're the ER doctors, right? And some of us are long-term care doctors, but most of us are triage nurses, and we are ER physicians. I got a really tight shoulder. And as such, we assess the issue and we can give them something to help them. We give them a prescription, get them along on their way. We're not really meant to be in the trenches. Definitely not if you're going to take all that energy on. So keep something to yourself, honey. Even I have to do that. I have to remember I got to keep something for myself. All right. Empath Protection Program. You're a tech nerd. That's fine. Travis, you might just be a hacker. Okay. Yes. See, there you go. Thank you, Enduring Hope. Why is it? I don't know, sweetie. Yeah, you definitely, Ninja, if you don't meditate, you definitely need to. And you definitely, most definitely need to strengthen your aura and balance your chakras. So be sure you're doing that. Because that's tough. That is tough. All right, here we go. Jeanette is next. You want to take on ethical hacking? Let me tell you. Oh, you mean in the tech world? Is there such a thing? Oh, that's not it. You're welcome, honey. You guys, if you want a natal chart interpretation or people are still ordering their 2020 forecasts. I'll be working on some of those tomorrow. Or a 30 for 30. You can go to my website, heartofinspiration.net. And you can order those. I'll be working on those this weekend. Here you go, Jeanette, please. Oh, wow. Here we go, Jeanette. This is a powerful card. The void. I'm trying to get it so there's not such a glare. The void. Stop, Jeanette. Embrace winter. Great cosmic womb. The best is yet to come. The best is yet to come. Here. Here we go, Jeanette. Yes, thank you so much, mods. Thank you guys. You guys are amazing. Everything and nothing exists in the void. It's where all life begins and ends, Jeanette. It's the winter and the womb, the fertile darkness where all things originate and all seeds grow. Comforting and intimidating, freeing and daunting. It can feel both overwhelmingly small and huge. The void is where faith lives. The message of the void is to surrender to the unknown, to allow the fertile darkness of nothingness to nourish the new seeds growing within you, regardless of whether you know what they'll one day become. You're being called to surrender to the mystery of what's next, to rest, and to allow the winter of your life to do the work for you, Jeanette. To hand over your control and trust that just because you can't see what's happening beneath the surface, it doesn't mean things aren't at work. The greatest weavings happen when we find a way to surrender and trust that our life is being knitted for us right beneath the surface in ways known and unknowable. Now is the time to cultivate faith and allow deep, deep rest. The void often surfaces at the end of a chapter or a life phase, when we're called to let go of all that we know and identify with. When you're in the void, it can feel scary and as if you should be doing something. However, when this card appears, it's a sure sign that the most productive things to do is relinquish control and surrender to the changing mystery of life. No problem, Travis. So, yeah. This isn't a time you're seeing a lot of movement. And I know that you've been in this time period. It feels like you've been in this pause space, in this black hole space for so very long. And it's so irritating. And it can be depressing. Sorry, guys. But don't despair. It's taking a little extra time for the seeds to germinate, and you're being prepared. So the chapter, I feel like, is so much closer to actually closing than it was before. And the old chapter will close and the new chapter begin before you even really realize. And I'm hearing April, potentially May, for this new chapter to appear. Okay. There you go. That's for you, Miss Jeanette. Okay. But the best is yet to come. Travis, you have your dog wearing a man bun? That's hilarious. Oh, you guys are great. I missed you guys while I was traveling. I was so crazy busy. Okay, here we go, Keza. Oh, I'm sorry. That's tough. Oh gosh, honey. You're welcome, Miss Jeanette. Okay, what do we have for Keza? I can hear my kitties. They're ripping and running upstairs. Well, that's probably true for Keza, but I don't feel like that's specifically the card for her. Ooh, hello. Ooh, this is you, Keza. Okay, Keza, you have called. You have called, Keza. I also got empathic starseed for you. So there's that. But you've called soul gifts and training. It's time to step up. Soul gifts and training. It's time to step up. Yeah, lots of changes, honey. You came to Earth with a double mission to grow as a soul and to bring about a shift in consciousness. The best way to fulfill these personal and collective purposes is to trust what it is that your soul is calling you toward, for it's encoded with the most direct path forward. Your soul has many unique gifts that it came here to share. Some you may already be aware of, Keza. Others you're just beginning to uncover. You're being called to remember that your soul intelligently chose the perfect conditions to carry out your soul's mission. And to share your soul's gifts. If you're being called towards a creative project, a passion, or an adventure, This card is your confirmation that you're facing the right way and that this moment right here is destined. If you're feeling underprepared or thinking, who am I to do that? This card is guiding you to step up and leap and consider perhaps that your soul is being trained for this moment right here for lifetimes. Hi, Katrilla. Hi, Sandra. Now, Keza, listen. I call forth the soul gifts and soul training that I've received throughout all of my lifetimes. I'm ready to embody them all now without hesitation or fear. I fully commit to being here now. I'm ready to step into my soul's highest and most potent calling. I've been training for this for lifetimes. So this is what I'm going to do, Keza. I'm going to type that in a comment below as soon as this, well, in the morning. Probably not as soon as this uploads because I'm going to go to bed. I'm tired. But I'm going to put that for you. I'm going to tag you in it. I'm going to put that down there for you in a comment, okay? I love that mantra. That's beautiful. Oh, my God. We should all be doing that. I'm going to put that down. Oh, my gosh. I'm so excited for you. Oh, my battery's about to die on my phone. All right. Wow, Keza. Yeah, it really is. Like, your calling is so strong. And you're so gifted. And there's so much yet that you have to step into. I can't wait. Right? I can't wait to see where Spirit's going to take you, where you placed yourself, and what your soul purpose is, like, as you walk in it. It's amazing. I love it. All right, Mr. Travis. So, guys, those of you that just joined earlier tonight, I talked about the I talked about the Mercury Retrograde. Travis, what is... Oh. Travis, I'm just getting a lot for you. So that you'll rewind and you can look at that earlier. Okay. Travis, there's a lot going on here. So I have Inner Earth. You'll survive this. New solutions and beginnings. Inner Earth, you'll survive this. New solutions and beginnings. New beginnings. Then karmic relationships. Orion energy polarity. Soul growth and conflict. And then this one wanted to be, no, don't be scared. I think this is beautiful. Double mission, Lightworker starseed, serve the world by being you. I'm going to read this one. I'm going to look at the other ones. Travis, I feel like you're going through a shift, and it's a big shift for you. Like, you're clearing karma. You're doing a lot of healing, finding your way. And at the end of it all, you're kind of like at this place where it's like you got so much to give and so much to do that sometimes it might feel a little overwhelming, but then it's weird because you like actually know within you that you can do it all. Yeah. 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 Double mission. Let me read that one. That one's the most like one that's really calling to me. Lightworker star seeds are mission and purpose oriented. Many have the feeling that time's running out and there's something they came here to do, create, or contribute. They're here to grow as souls individually. That's what this is about. This karmic, right? Relationships, the individual mission, and also to contribute to the planet in some action-oriented way, a collective mission. So you're here to grow yourself. There's things that you chose to come down here to do, clear some karma, and at the same time, you've got this like global thing going on. Their collective mission is often answered through a career calling, or by devoting their life to something bigger. Until they remember their collective mission, it can feel as if something's missing or that you're forgetting something important. It's common for Lightworker starseeds to feel that they're different, that they may carry soul memory, and they may carry soul memories of being visible or sharing their voice. As such, they may protect themselves from dimming their light in order to fit in, by dimming their light in order to fit in, or by spending time in some sort of closet, such as a spiritual closet. This card means you're being called to remember your collective mission and step into it even more fully. You're being reminded that your role as a light worker is to light up the world with your presence, much like the empathic starseed. This doesn't have to be a great big thing or a decision you need to make. You also don't need to have a great big plan. If you resonate with being a light worker, all you need to do is work out what lights you up, your passions or your joys. I love it. If you resonate with being a light worker, all you need to do is work out what lights you up. All of us can hear that. Your passions and joys, and keep doing that. When you trust and follow the simple path, of things that light you up, then lose yourself in the doing. You'll light up the world without even trying. Congratulations on the new job, first of all. So this is a time you need to be remembering why you came here. I don't know how much you deal with past life stuff, or you've delved into that, or Akashic records. I'm learning how to tap into the Akashic records in a greater way so I can help others do it, but that's a process I'm learning. But I do a lot of times get to see people's past lives, especially in their natal chart. It's crazy. I see people's past life stuff in their natal chart. It's nuts. It speaks to me. But I feel like you're starting to remember why you're here, right? You're starting to get it. And now it's all beginning to make sense. And you're right. I'm sure you have been cutting people off, because when I really started stepping into this, I was just like, okay, I'm done with all you crazy people. I'm done. Like anything that's toxic right now, like I always say that if my circle gets any smaller, it's going to be a circle of one, me. Like, I have a very, 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 very tight circle. And people are excusing themselves all the time on these YouTube streets. I see how people move. I see how people do certain things, right? And so I'm like, ooh, wait. So you're definitely on that right path. And I love that part in there where it was like, what lights you up? Because not all light workers are meant to be on YouTube like I am or whatever. We're all not meant to operate in the same space. Some of you guys are tech, some of you guys are engineers on here, some of you guys are nurses, some of you are teachers, some of you, whatever you're doing. You're supposed to show your light and shine your light wherever it is you're placed. Because not everyone's going to come to a channel like mine, or not everyone's going to come to a retreat, or not everyone's coming to a whole lot of stuff, right? But we have to shine our light where we are, and help people where we live, where we're placed. So you're doing the right thing, and I feel like it's uncomfortable, but it's comfortable all at the same time. And I totally understand that. Like, it's like, I kind of hate to do it, but damn it, it needs to be done. You know? And doesn't mean I love you any less. Just means we're not meant to like be in the same space energetically right now. Good. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. It's going to be very important. Very increasingly important as we go forward. So, wow. This was good, guys. Thank you, Travis, and thank you everybody for being here. Like, I'm really, really appreciative of you guys being here and coming and hanging out with me on Valentine's Day, and because you didn't have to. I really appreciate it a lot, and I appreciate everybody. I appreciate my mods. Thank you, mods. You guys are amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. 1,000 times thank you, and thank you to everybody that donated tonight, that gave the super chats. I'm so excited for you. 7 years in the Navy. That's deep. At some point, Travis, I'm going to want to talk to you about that time, child. I know that was some deep stuff. That was some deep stuff. So, guys, this has been fantastic. I'm excited for, like, the next stage in the channel. Like, really being about the Lightworker business. Have a good night, Rio. Being about the business of helping all of us grow as Lightworkers, Light Warriors, Starseeds, Indigos, and whatever else we call ourselves. Light beings. Super excited about that. I'm finally going to set my podcast stuff up, and so don't be surprised if I tap into some of you guys and ask you to let me interview you, you know, because that's I want real people to talk about their real life. Hey, the Aries, how are you, honey? I bet it was a mess, honey. I'm so sorry. Yeah, don't be surprised if I ask if I can interview you on the podcast. We're going to start recording those. You really wanted to say that? So, yeah. And guys, I just want to say, can we just love on one another? I might not always agree. There's a lot of stuff I don't agree with. That people say. And people are in people's lives for seasons, some longer than others. But I want us to always love one another and be respectful of one another. And not tear one another down. And not get into spiritual ego and not try to determine, not try to determine or say I'm more than this than the other person, or I'm more spiritual, or, you know, that's one thing that thank you, Travis, you're welcome. That's one thing that I hated about the church was, you know, somebody would be more pious than the next. And in the Bible, it talks about that. I mean, not everybody has to be Christian, ex-Christian, recovering Christian. But I am an ordained minister 2 or 3 times over. And Jesus talks about that. Jesus talks about, right, the Sadducees and the Pharisees and those that are up at the front and they're praying the loudest and giving the most and telling everybody they're fasting and, calling themselves more spiritual than the next person and they're more pious and more, whatever. And he despised that. And I couldn't stand it in the church when people would say, well, oh, you must not be really operating in faith because, you're not driving a Cadillac and this, that, and the third. You're welcome, a little too sweet. Honey, I got kicked out of some churches too and I left others. My point to this is this. We have to at every point love one another and stop seeking to tear each other down. Stop airing out dirty laundry. Stop doing all of this trash. It is trash. We have to stop it. Very much so, Aries. The Aries, very much so. And that's why I've moved away. Not banned you for cursing someone out for me being gay. Listen, that was another thing, right? If I could can I be real? Can I be honest with y'all for a second? We chilling now. I should have poured me a cocktail or a glass of wine. Let me tell you something, y'all. My eldest daughter, for 6 or 7 years, was in a lesbian relationship. They were living together. And here I am, a prophetess and a minister going around the country, ministering to people, churchy, and I had to then make a decision. Was I going to fully love my daughter no matter what was going on? Now she and her girlfriend have since broke up. They've not been together for some time. She always told me that was the only female she'd ever fallen in love with. It was her choice, whatever. But I had to really come to this thing about, because the church is so anti everything, anti-gay, anti-lesbian, anti-this, anti-that. And I find it just very difficult to believe that God's that petty. So I had to come to a whole different, let me tell you something. I had to come to a whole different concept, a whole, that made me question, I talk about sacred cows, that made me kill a few. So I have a much different perspective on that whole thing now than I did before. And I am saddened by people I feel badly for those who have major issues with it. However, most are, yes, they are. They're the most judgmental, and then they're the first to say, don't judge me. And that bothers me. Like, it's not judging if, Lord help me. if I choose to not, if I don't agree with and don't want to be around, or, don't want to fellowship with, to use a Christian term, you because of certain things, then I'm allowed to not do that. I'm not judging you. I don't judge. I never did agree with and understand the whole judgment thing, period. Just because I say you do you, but I'm going to do me, that's not me judging you. Right? And so there's a lot of that happening or being stated right now. A lot of that's going around. And we are, yeah, Rio, it was interesting. And that's what started moving to being more spiritual. Exactly. The Aries. So it bothers me, kind of what's happening around here. It bothers me. I'm disappointed. Very. Very disappointed. And I find this, that when you have gotten to, when you are at a place where you can confidently say, man, I'm not who I used to be, but I could tell you, as much as I may know, I don't know it. I still know nothing. And I mean that in the expanse of eternity and the entire universe. Exactly, Aries. And in the context of the entire universe, I don't know everything. And who am I to judge? The greatest love walk we can have is to just, it is what it is. And there is no judgment. There might be sadness. There might be disappointment. There might be, I'm not clear on where you're coming from, where you're coming from. And I will seek to understand it to a degree. However, the greatest love walk is being able to say, you know what, we can agree to disagree, but I also love myself enough to not continue to put myself in that position. Yeah, S. Maria, I'm with you. I can't do organized church no more. So they don't even been 10 years in. Right. And it's not just, I'm telling you now though, y'all, it ain't just in church. There's a lot of that going on here on these YouTube streets. And I'm disappointed. I'm very disappointed. Because it's highly unnecessary. It's highly unnecessary. So that's why I want to be sure that you all understand. First of all, this is a no judgment zone. Christians will get there. Yeah, they will. And a lot of them are coming to that right now. But I'm going to tell you, the next group that's going through that right now is the spiritual community. The spiritual community is going through that in a big way. This whole, I think I'm better than, or I believe I know this. Everyone's wanting to put out, puff their chest out with how much they think that they know. And yes, you may know something, but we only see in part. And we spend eternities and lifetimes growing and knowing. Your third dimensional being cannot possibly know everything. It's impossible. And the minute you try to exalt yourself over someone else, it shows me a lack of growth. That's why I'm so transparent here. I'm no better than any of you. None. Not at all. I go through the same shit y'all do. Go through the same stuff. Ooh, jazzy. No one's obligated to do anything. And if you're called to do it, then you'll be taken care of. That's a whole nother thing. Like people, but let me finish the statement first. I'm the same as you. I'm no better than you. As a matter of fact, I'm here to serve. I'm here to serve. And the minute we start exalting ourselves over someone else, that's when you really need to check yourself. That's when you really need to check yourself. Now, as far as people, like I can't stand it when pastors do that because they're not caring for their flock. If you have a flock that's not abundant, you need to get a job to support yourself. Now, on the flip side, though, there is nothing wrong with those that are called to ministry of some sort, whatever sort. There is nothing wrong with them deriving a personal livelihood from it so that they can be more dedicated towards their calling. I would love to not have to work a full-time job. I do. There's a lifestyle to which I'm accustomed, and I'm accustomed. However, there's nothing wrong with, the monetary, the energy exchange between two people. Because money has energy, right? I'm giving of mine. There's nothing wrong with it. And that's another thing. People that get on their high horse about how much somebody is charging or how much somebody is this, that, and the third. Y'all need to stay out of other people's pockets. Stop counting other people's money. That's whatever they got going on. I gave Travis his reading already, Lovey. Travis got his. People propels people to thrive in the face of the unknown. I like that, Aries. I like that. It does. And it helps us to exercise and see in our human existence, if we knew it all as humans, then there would be no need for us to be spiritual beings and have a human experience. There would be no need for us to learn how to live being spirit-led. So that is right. That's part of the beauty of who we are. The uncertainty is wonderful. We learn to be spirit-led. We learn to walk multidimensionally. We learn a lot. We get a chance to clear karma. We get a chance to learn more spiritual gifts and how to operate. It's good. No problem, sorry. Thank you for keeping me honest if I hadn't. People do mistake kindness for weakness. They do. And people can get so self-absorbed. Sometimes I think that they don't see how all actions have consequences. That's all I have to say. All actions have consequences. And what's done in the dark does come out in the light. No matter if you try to hide it or not, trust and believe. Especially when you a mama, I'm used to finding out the ish that was hidden in the dark and put underneath the bed and hidden in that closet, down underneath all them clothes you tried to pile on top of it. Oh, I'm going to find the dirty laundry, baby. I'm going to find that dirty laundry. So please don't think that you're going to hide it. Please don't. I don't know why people be trying to get over. I love it too. I love the journey. I love learning. I learn something new every day. I learn something new about myself. I have opportunities to do great things every day. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. This is what happens sometimes. I haven't talked to y'all in a week. I miss y'all. Yeah. That's beautiful, Rio. And I commend you because I know it's tough. I'm very proud of you for being out, for coming through. All right. Oh my God. It's almost midnight. See, you know what? I've been used to staying up now West Coast time to like 10, 11, midnight. I got to get back on Central time. Okay, y'all. I'm going to bed. I'll be back with y'all tomorrow. We'll do Impact Protection Program a little earlier tomorrow. I got some readings I have to do. I got things to do. I'm not sure if I'm moving yet, but we kind of discovered why when I looked at the transits. I'm not sure yet. We still have to finish. We still have to do a second interview and all that stuff. We didn't get that done, so. Okay, guys. I'm going to get on out here. Ooh, child. I gotta go to bed. Okay, guys. I love you guys. Peace, love, blessings, and joy be unto you today, tomorrow, and for all eternity. Have a good night. We'll see each other for some daily tarot tomorrow. We'll do the weekend edition tomorrow morning. And then we'll see each other for the Impact Protection Program a little bit after that, okay? Good night, everyone. I love you. Namaste.